Hello everyone, welcome to Hail and Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading for Capricorn. What's happening with you, Capricorn? See what's coming in. I see Temperance. This wants to come out. Nine of Vessels. Some of you are being patient. You're being cautious, a little careful what you wish for right now. Yeah, just playing it safe. Yeah, you're definitely, this Six of Stones is interesting in this deck. And it is somebody here putting themselves in a position where they can't be exploited. You can see this giant salamander has hidden itself in the rocks. It's kind of camouflaged. So you can see this is somebody a little concerned about being exploited or someone taking advantage. You see? That's where this person is. They're trying not to be taken advantage of. So I see it being a little cautious here. Yeah. It's just someone feeling that way, taking a step back, seeing things different. Yeah. We have a King of Wands. So this is, I feel, someone who maybe didn't reach out or respond because they felt maybe you were trying to take advantage, or you're looking at them that way. Okay, because it is about taking advantage of someone financially, maybe being too generous. Yeah, sometimes it is people just being too generous, giving too much, and then others taking advantage. But this is someone here who, Three of Cups. So I do see this as an energy of, there's opportunity. I mean, Three of Vessels is opportunity. It's people getting together. Friends, family. So it could be something to do with friends or family, someone taking advantage of someone here. Yeah. But like I say, it's someone here just tempering their passions, their emotions, just kind of looking at things a little different. It's an energy of just making a decision when things are calm. So someone here wanting to reach out, but I feel it could be someone in your social circle too. Yeah, saying to trust your intuition, your inner knowing. So you might know who this person is, but it has to do with being taken advantage of or exploited. It could be someone just keeping things to themselves right now. It's energy of a little bit of privacy, or I really feel like, this is an energy of being careful what you wish for. But I feel this is someone who's now taken this step back, seeing things different. And it could be someone who felt something was off originally. So maybe they didn't respond or reply because they weren't too sure. Or they didn't want to take advantage of you in some way, or for you to feel that they are. Because, this is feeling more positive than negative. Because I don't think this is someone who has bad intentions. But let's have a look at just don't put yourself in a position where they can, put it that way. Okay? Don't share too much information too fast, maybe about your finances or anything like that. Keep it to yourself. Private. Let's have a look at Temperance. Yeah. See, should I or shouldn't I? Someone procrastinating, weighing the pros and the cons. Could be someone juggling financially too. So I say, if you feel that there's something a little bit off, there may be. Yeah. Long-term stability. See, I feel this is just, I think this is somebody who wants to, should I or shouldn't I reach out? I feel that's all this is. Just that little inner struggle. Yeah. Maybe you're feeling tempted to reach out, but I feel like it has to do with this person. Tell me about the Six of Stones. Yeah, this is often someone who can be very generous. So it's probably someone playing it safe because they've been taken advantage of before. Now, if you have two people, and because I do see the Three of Vessels, you may be comparing one to the other. Okay? This is someone who actually often is very generous, where this is often someone who maybe not. This could even be the same person just going through these energies. But the King of I mean, the King of Wands is generally someone who can be quite generous as well. So, yeah. But we shall see. Everyone's a little different. Let's have a look at this King of Wands. Yeah, so this is someone quite, the King of Wands is actually someone stable financially. See, some of you could have someone who is very financially stable. It's possible, if you're comparing these two people by any chance, one definitely isn't like the other. One could actually be very cheap and the other one could be very generous. And it's not really giving me clarity on which one. But often the King of Cups is someone who's generous, very generous with their emotions. They like to spoil or buy gifts to show how much they care. But often the King of Pentacles is someone who can be a little miserly. Even if they have lots of money, and it could be because they've been taken advantage of before. But to me, it looks like making sure they don't take advantage of you. And that's what I feel. I mean, Capricorn, this could even be a masculine Capricorn energy, Taurus or Virgo. So, yeah, I feel it's just energy of someone looking ahead here. See, and I do see there's the energy of people, some kind of get-together gathering. And I feel someone's going to reach out here. Yeah, this is someone planning to reach out, kind of preparing. So, yeah, just watch out for secrets. That's the only thing, where somebody is hiding something, okay? Yeah, I feel like this person is, yeah, there's a little bit of regret here. Someone has a little regret. So I do feel someone may have taken advantage of your generosity, okay? Or just watch the energy, because this has to do with someone feeling often a little bit ashamed or like there's not a lot of hope here. I think this is someone who knows the answers they're already seeking. Yeah, so this is the Tower, some sort of shock, surprise. This is someone maybe even finding something out here about another person. But what I feel is happening is some of you, if you are comparing one to the other, I would have to be honest, it all depends on the kind of person you're wanting. I think both of these people have capabilities of being generous, but often the King of Pentacles focuses a lot on money. They always plan, prepare for the future. And it has to do with being able to provide. It's not somebody who always wants to provide, but you want to watch how much you share. Okay? So you want to be careful of someone who looks at you as a provider because they don't want to provide. So there's a lot to do with that. It has to do with finances and money, but someone hears little massive epiphany, or not little, but just like I say, there's this shock, surprise. Someone hears having a realization, a big one, to do with, could be something people saying or talking about. Some sort of, see someone trusting their intuition. They already know the answers they're seeking. I feel some of you already know. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. Yeah, see, mind games, manipulation, feeling of defeat, deception, feeling deceived. I just feel disappointment. There's definitely disappointment. So someone who disappointed you, maybe even manipulated, right, to take advantage. Yeah, see, I feel like you already know the answers you're seeking. Who's the King of Cups? Who's the King of Cups? This is someone who wants to build. Yeah, they want to build. Again, social circle somewhere in your community. Cooperate, compromise. This is someone who's faithful and loyal. See, it's about being on the same page, the things you have in common. But there's the energy of 3. People talking, getting together, collaborating. See, this is people, it's positive. It's positive. It's just people getting together, celebrating. This is an opportunity. This person wants to build. They want to put in the effort. The King of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles is collaborating, going down this path, doing things together. See, friends and family doing things together. There's an energy of sharing, caring. But it has to do with some sort of an agreement and being on the same page. There's an agreement here. Yeah, and I mean, to me, it looks like it has to do with having loyalty. See, family, friends who were like family. The sense of loyalty, commitment, faithful. It's also someone's history, learning something. Yeah, see, it's an energy of, there it is right there. Someone's history has been taken advantage of. Yeah, I feel this is positive, but it has to do with this person going to reach out. See, people sharing and caring here. Friends who are like family, someone who's generous. But I feel there's someone here, and it could be just somebody who didn't reach out at some point. But I feel like some of you have a person here who's, I'm going to be honest, there's been disappointment. There's disappointment here, big time. And this could even be a couple people, but I did say, who is this person? They're the King of Pentacles. They're stable, but they're, yeah, I don't know if they play mind games or there was just a big disappointment where someone didn't reach out to their, or they didn't respond, and it was disappointing. And it could be somebody finding that out because of other people talking and gossiping about it. But this person's reaching out. Yeah, I feel like you know the answers you're seeking. It's funny the High Priestess come out twice, which tells me just kind of keeping it all in. Just be careful of someone who has other options. He's seeking out other options, opportunities, someone being very secretive. So yeah, this is someone who treats someone like an option too. See, this is why so often people don't give too much, because they don't trust, because they also they manipulate, right? Somebody who manipulates and takes advantage of the other person. So they don't trust because they're like that. And that's often how it is. Yeah. I mean, you can see this opportunities. This is someone keeping secrets. There's other options. See, this is somebody here who, I feel like it's a person who doesn't really invest in the other person, so they don't share anything or share money or pay for anything. But they have other interests. Like, I feel they have other options. I think some of you are losing interest in this person. I feel like you have another person who's far more interested, who actually knows a good thing when they see it. I think this person up here, they could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I also see some Taurus energy. But it has to do with the person putting in effort, building. They want to build, so they put in effort. They're talking to people. They're social. They cooperate, compromise. They're looking for compatibility. But it's all these people getting together, collaborating. See, they have faith. This is I feel this is like a one big happy family kind of energy, where everyone helps everyone out. They're there for each other, that kind of energy, where this other person, not so much. Tell me more about the Five of Swords. Yeah, it's just someone, often it's a person who can be miserly. They don't want to share anything. Yeah, I see this walking away. See, this is someone who has other options. See, this is someone playing the field. They have other options. If this is someone who walked away from you and you were disappointed, I'll tell you, they likely had lots of other options. Yeah, but I think this is someone who, whatever they did, it didn't go the distance. They never got what they wanted. This is somebody who, I feel like this is someone who has a big ego. I think you're walking away from this person because it's not going anywhere. See, it's not going the distance. So this is someone who often doesn't put in a lot of effort, or they don't want to pay for anything because they don't see it going anywhere. So they don't come into this invested in it. They're not really invested in it going anywhere. They just come in when they want attention. So just be careful how much you share, because if this person does come in, you may have that moment where you realize that they're only interested in what you can provide. They have no intentions of providing anything, because it's all about being a provider. Now, it could go either way. They could end up being a provider. And it could be them walking away from someone who doesn't bring anything to the table, doesn't provide anything. But often when I see that, it's somebody who's capable of being a provider, but they don't want to. So, yeah, so someone plays the field too. They keep their options open. And the reason why they don't put a lot of effort or money into anything or want to pay for anything or do much of anything is because they're not really interested enough. And they don't really want to have to provide. So they're looking for someone who provides for them. So if you are the feminine energy, you would be that sugar mama. Because that's what they're looking for. You see, someone who gives them lots of attention, someone who can provide for them. And I'll tell you too, I see someone who plans, prepares, and I also see prenup. If somebody tries to come towards you and they right away want a prenup, really don't sign anything till you have it looked at really, really carefully. Because this is someone who, I'm going to tell you, things don't go well. This person isn't going to want to provide a single thing. Yeah, I was telling you to trust your intuition on both of these. I feel like you already know. I think you already know the answers. I think you know this is someone who has other options. They're not interested enough. But the person up top, I feel there's good energy there. But this is often sometimes a person who, going to be honest, they often don't have a whole lot of money because they're too generous. So you have to weigh the pros and the cons between these two people. Because sometimes the King of Cups is super generous. They give so much, they don't have anything left for themselves. And I do see that with this person. Hey, Admiral, but you have to be sensible and practical. So you can decide. Now, if there are 3 people here, which I wouldn't be surprised for some of you, the person who comes in and they are willing to provide, and they're willing to show you what they're willing to provide. They're not hiding anything. See, this is somebody hiding investments, hiding their money, keeping secrets. I really feel, even if this is another person, okay, the King of Pentacles is supposed to be the natural born provider. But let's look at the facts of the King of Pentacles can also be a miser. They can be very cheap. Like I just feel there's disappointment here, period. And some of you have been disappointed by this person or these people because they're deceptive. They're not really interested. They manipulate or they play mind games. And even just mixed messages, mixed signals. And often just there's frustration, right? Yeah. I feel it all just depends on your situation. But let's have a look at the Tower. I feel like you need to really pay attention. Yeah, someone here for the good times. See, this is someone who likes to plan, prepare ahead, but they're only here for the good times. Not a long time. They just want to get what they can get. Just be careful of someone who comes in and acts like they got money, but they don't. It could be someone who acts like they have a lot of money. They're boastful. They're a little full of themselves. Okay? Yeah. And I do see someone being humbled here because you're not interested. And I feel some of you are. You're either losing interest or you're just not interested. And you may be the one walking away, seeking out other options. But this is someone who's here. It's connected to this other person, here for a good time. See, if things go bad, if there's any problems or anything, this is somebody who doesn't want to provide anything. It's someone who's focused on self. It's all about me. It's rather immature. Yeah. It's just a person who often isn't ready and may never be ready. Yeah, so I do see this avoiding, moving on to avoid a disaster. Yeah, you can see what's happening here. Because I feel like you're going to lose interest. I do see there's a lot of disappointment. I think you're going to move on to avoid a disaster. And I do feel if you are sitting there trying to compare one to the other, or you've got someone comparing you to someone else, which very well could be the situation. That's how it originally felt, someone comparing you to another person. But this is also the energy of someone tempted to reach out. They're tempted, okay, to reach out here, to offer something, to share something. And I do see someone being humble. Now, I wonder if you are avoiding this person and you've kind of moved on or distanced yourself from this person, if they're frustrated and They could even be disappointed in self. And I do see that for some of you, where they may reach out. Just be careful what somebody offers you. Yeah, I feel like this is a cycle over. I feel like you have a new cycle. I mean, I was right here, and you can see getting off, this could be something on and off, getting off that emotional roller coaster, or just pushing the stop button. But I think there's somebody here who's actually literally worth a fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. But they don't want to give. And if it isn't that way, it's the way they're acting. Because often, if there's deception, it's somebody who acts like they have a lot of money, but they actually don't. I said, you got to be cautious of that. The Wheel of Fortune, when it starts, it stops. You never know where it's going to go, right? Yeah. I do see the energy of change too. So I do think some of you, I feel it's just some of you losing interest, moving on from this person who's not being, they're being kind of cheap. They're not giving anything. They don't want to. They don't want to provide. And then you have the person who's really generous. They're generous with everybody. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, and lovely, kind, compassionate, a very nurturing kind of person. Yeah, somebody who goes overboard. Yeah, where they don't have enough left for themselves. Yeah, or even their children, or they're giving it all to their children. Really be careful if you sign any kind of prenup or an agreement with someone, because like I say, this is someone who could even toss you breadcrumbs, because if there's an agreement, prenup, they'll leave it all to their children. So be very careful how much you invest in someone, especially, if it has to do with a home or business, because like I say, contracts, negotiations, agreements, or documents, documenting stuff. I feel like some of you are in that position where you're about to move forward with someone, but I do feel you're losing interest in this one person. And I do see it's somebody who keeps secrets. They have other options, opportunities. See, they're not really interested enough. Yeah, or in you for the right reason. But it could be them feeling that way about yourself. See, this is about choosing, making some sort of choice here. There is definitely a spark. I think there's somebody here holding a torch for you. This could be just someone holding a torch, someone who longs for love. Yeah, but like I say, it's somebody who's generous to everybody, where, like I say, they don't have enough left. Yeah. They don't have anything left. Tell me about this Ace of Wands. Yeah, someone's just taking a break. Taking a break, thinking. Not taking any action, not doing anything. I see a little time out to think here. Someone here, I feel like you got someone who doesn't want to be pinned down. See, they want to be free. They want to be free. They don't want to be pinned down. They're a free spirit. And I think you got a couple, some of you have even dealt with this several times, people who just don't want to be pinned down. But you could have someone who tries to pin you down. If you are somebody who has lots to give, they could try to pin you down. So just be careful. It's telling you to look at this in a couple of different ways. Like I say, weighing the pros and the cons. Nothing compares. But I got to tell you, there is an energy of a masculine who nothing compares to you. So there's something about you where they see opportunity, and they know a good thing when they see it. But I don't know. I feel like they don't want to be pinned down. Yeah, see, Temperance. How it starts, how it ends. Take a step back. Someone feeling something's off, or if it's whether someone's right. It's often it's two people who are very much the same. Okay, I think one of these people is just not right. One of them could be. But it's telling you to trust your intuition. I feel like some of you already know. If you are making a choice, you already know who you would choose. But some of you, I feel like you're not going to choose either one of these people. If there's more than two, even there, because I do see some of you, there's an energy of three. Yeah, it's whether, and it's also too whether someone's your type or not, whether there's that spark, attraction, or any chemistry. There could be non-existent chemistry with someone. Sometimes people lose interest. The chemistry, kind of fades away. Yeah, I feel like someone's here like in a situation of feeling they need to make a decision. You don't need to rush into any kind of decision. If someone's really, truly interested in you, they'll be patient. And they will want to provide and be able to provide. I mean, when two people come together, they should provide for each other and fill each other's cups to give each other what they need, to make sure everyone gets what they want, to be happy. But I feel some of you, it's like you never seem to get what you want. Yeah. I don't think I feel some of you are just, if you're the one who's pinned down by your thoughts and not sure what to think, and you feel like something just isn't right, like one of these people just isn't your type, or there's just something that doesn't feel right at all, where you feel there's some sort of deception or manipulation going on, don't do anything. Tell me more about temperance. Yeah, see, that's that little moment where you go, aha. See, win or lose. It's about truth. See, someone here, I do think one of these people really does see you in a favorable light, in a positive way. I actually feel one of these people thinks you're the person who's being deceptive or playing mind games or something, or if, where something is off. Often with this, they just can't put their finger on it. But it could be because you're just being private. Don't share. Like, it is really important not to, when you first meet someone, not to share your financial situation. You want someone to choose you for you, not because of your financial situation. But, I mean, in the end, you have to, when two people decide to come together or get married or commit or live together, you got to disclose that. But really be careful, especially if you meet people online, about how much you disclose about yourself. Because you really want to watch out for those masculines here too, or they can be gold diggers too. They could be very much into chasing after people who can provide for them. So they come in maybe being generous for a bit, showing you they can provide, right? That whole game, see, and manipulate, and then turn around and be very deceptive. So, but I do think some of you are going to figure this out. You're going to have that moment of truth and enlightenment. So I do see a victory of sorts here. Making a wise choice, but don't rush into anything. One of these definitely isn't like the other. And some of you, it's just the different people that you're dealing with. Yeah, you're all dealing with some different people, some the same. But it's all about this victory and this moment of truth and enlightenment where things start to go in your favor. I do think you're seeing one person in a favorable light. Yeah, the Empress, or they're seeing you that way. Yeah, the person who's curious. This is likely someone who's talking to people. More than likely, it's somebody in your world around you. Sometimes it's a curious stranger, but just be careful of anyone who gives you half-truths as well, okay? But this is a person shining a light. They're curious. They want to communicate. So one of these people actually sees you in a very favorable light. But remember, it's you who has to decide who you see in a favorable light. Yeah. Yeah, this is somebody learning. See, you've got someone here who's going to speak a truth. See, integrity, honesty, morals, and values, making sure you're on the same page. So this is someone who has experience, where they've experienced this. So I see, this is where the masculine feels the feminine's up to something sneaky. Well, probably, I mean, often the Empress doesn't do much of anything. They might let someone know they're interested and then literally not do anything. And it's up to the other person to react, to make a move. But you got all the kings are here, which tells me there's likely an emperor in this energy who hasn't revealed themselves. someone who's keeping secrets. Just be careful of anyone who's got lots of options. That's the main thing I see for some of these people, is seeking other options, always keeping their options open. Yeah. The Empress often has other options too, but like I say, it's all about this person this person's going to speak a truth. There's going to be some integrity and honesty, and it's also someone expects truth. So, and I wonder if there's someone who didn't tell you a truth, and then of course then there's that feeling, okay, they're not telling me everything. Something feels off. It feels sneaky, like it doesn't feel right. You can't put your finger on it, but you just know. This is the person who's going to be clearing something up and telling you a truth. This could be something that goes in your favor. Yeah, my goodness. Yeah, some of you have been busy too. I can see some of you have been really putting yourselves out there. I feel most of you, it's more online dating than off. Yeah, it says get out in the real world where you can look at people, check them out, see how they act around other people. And then you can see when you connect, right? You can check out for that, the body language and any chemistry. Yeah, this is someone going to speak a truth. You're going to get some clarity. So it does look like there's someone who may have felt you were they couldn't trust you. But the whole point is why, which I don't know. I think you're going to get clarity. Maybe because you were keeping things to yourself and being private, not saying too much about yourself. Were you asking this person a lot of questions, wanting to know things? They certainly have questions at this point. I wish you the best. I feel like it's telling you to kind of, the Empress is open, often an open book, right? But when you first meet someone, I don't think you should disclose your financial situation, and I don't think you have to tell them everything about yourself. Like if you have other options, if you're dating someone else, it all depends how interested you are, because, it might be none of their business. So it's about people getting into people's business here too, and that's often the High Priestess. So I feel like these are the energies around you, but if you are the feminine here, I feel like you're open to talk. Absolutely. I see being very patient. I see very good listening skills here. Nice. Yeah. And then there's the person who's going to come in and clear something up and speak truth. Yeah. So somebody here, crossroads life. It could be somebody who's, it is about going down this path, coming together, life path choice decision. It could be where they made a choice between you and someone else. It's very possible that there's some regret. Someone may have chose the wrong person. Maybe even could be another person being younger, here for a good time. See, it's not so much them, it's the person they were possibly dealing with. Yeah, whoever it is, they best speak truth, but will you feel the same? That's what I'm wondering. Are you still interested? Oh my gosh, heavy stuff. Take care. See you soon.